Hi guys, and welcome to SmartPrep. My name is Nick. Today we are going to be doing the NBT exam preparation, and we'll be looking at the AQL portion. If you're looking for help with the maths NBTs, I will put a link to the playlist in the description of this video as well as in the comments. So if you need help with your NBT maths, you are in the right place. You're just not on the right video. Okay, so for those of you who are looking for AQL assistance, let's get to it. Okay, so in this video, we will be looking at the interpreting graphs section of your AQL. Okay, so this is where you use a little bit of maths, not too heavy, probably more like maths literacy than pure maths. All right, so in this section, you'll be given some data which you need to interpret. So here we have patents granted in the USA for the period 2000 to 2015. Okay. Applications for patenting of inventions in the USA are categorized as patents originating in the USA itself or as originating from elsewhere. So in other words, outside of the USA. So they want you to study the graph and then answer the questions that follow. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take down this data so that when we scroll down, we have the data. All right, so we have the USA in white, and we have the foreign patents, and we'll put that in a different color. We'll do that in yellow. Okay, and let's just take down the details. All right, so we've got 2000, and this is in thousands, right? So 84, so if you just remember it's in thousands. 2005, USA was 80, so it went down a little bit. 2010, it then went up to 108,000. 2015, it went to 144,000. Okay, so then with the foreign patents, it started at 72, then went to 70, down a little bit, and then up to 112, and then a big increase there, and actually overtook the USA with 168. All right, so that's our data. And now we can proceed to answer the questions. Okay. So now I'm going to be doing the questions that follow. Okay. So I'm going to see what I've written there. No, that's fine, because we know the years. Okay, just go one up. Just need to move this here. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so over the 15 years for which the data are summarized on the above chart, there is a clear trend, which is that for all the patents deriving from applications from the USA as well as applications elsewhere, there has been a consistent rise. Okay, that seems to be true. Only one of the categories, namely the applications for the USA, has been a consistent rise. That's not true. And then only one of the categories, namely the applications from the USA versus foreign origin, has been a consistent decline. That's not true. One of the categories, the gap has not only narrowed, but the total has now surpassed the USA. Well, that is actually more correct. So because there was a slight decline from 2000 to 2005, there wasn't necessarily, so there was a consistent rise if we look at the general trend, but there was that year where they both declined. So D is the more correct answer because we have one of the categories the gap has not only narrowed, but has now surpassed that of the USA. That's true. We look, the gap for the foreign patents went above, it overtook the USA. So it started below and overtook. So that is going to be D. All right. Now, the next question says, yeah, that's a bit better. The decline in the number of patents from the USA being granted between 2000 and 2005 was, and then they give the various values. So now what we want to do is we want to work this out. Okay, so we have the 2000 and 2005. Okay, I'm going to do this in white since it's a USA. Okay, so we have, it's a decline from 84 down to 80. Okay, so that's 4. Okay, and we always do when we want the percentage, we do it over the original, right? So 4 over 84. Okay, well, when we look at that, 4 over 84 is less than 3%. Not less than 3%, right? Because 3% would be sort of 3 over 100. If we extrapolate this, 4 over 84 is going to be, it's less than 4%. No, sorry, more than 4%. Because if you had 4 over 100, that would be 4%. Now, if we decrease this number, the number at the bottom, we get a larger percentage, right? If you think about like 4 over 8, well, that's a half. So that's bigger, that's 50%. So this number is smaller than 100. So we know that 4 over 84 is going to be more than 4%. Okay, so we know that A is wrong, B is wrong, and C is correct, because it can't be 8%, because that would be, more, there would be sort of 8 over 100, which we can see 4 over 84 is less than 8%. All right, so I'm not going to, so some of these, because you are pressed for time, we're not always going to work out the exact percentage. I will maybe show you in some how you would work out the exact percentage, but for now, we just want to use fractions to save ourselves a bit of time. Okay, now they say the decline over the same period for patents of foreign origin was less. So now we want to look at the decline for foreign. Okay, so let's do that in yellow. So foreign goes from 72 to 70, right? So that's a decline of 2. So if we look at that as original, 2 over 72. So as a percentage, by the way, we would just times by 100. We should already know that. But what I'm doing is I'm just looking at it as a fraction. Okay, so if we look at that, right? Well, I could make 2 over 36, 2 over 72, 1 over 36, right? And if I times those both by 3, the top and the bottom, I get 3 over 108. Right, well, if it was 3 over 100, it would be 3%. Now, because the bottom number is bigger, we know that it's less than 3%. Okay, but it's because 2 and 72, 72 is smaller than 100, so it's bigger than 100, bigger than 2%, because 2% would be 2 over 100. So we know that that's going to be bigger than 2 over 100, so larger than 2%, but it's going to be less. So 3 over 108 is less than 3 over 100, right? So that's less than 3%. So it's going to be B, okay? Because it's not more than 3%, so then it's definitely not more than 4%. And we already established it's not less than 2%. Okay. Okay, now when where in the ratio, in 2000, the ratio between patents registered of foreign origin and those deriving itself was 6 to 7. By 2015, there will be, okay, so now they want the ratio of foreign, between patents registered foreign and those from USA. Okay, so we're going to do, they seem to always say from USA to, but then on the last one, they have elsewhere to the USA. Okay, well, let's just do USA to foreign, and then we'll just interpret the answer. So the USA to foreign is, well, the USA in 2015, we see is 144. And then the foreign is going to be 168. Guys, please pause this video and try this yourself if you do want to get the full value from these videos. If you want to look at other past papers, there's loads and I'll put a description to the AQL past papers, so that and a lot of these questions will come up again, and the same question sometimes exactly the same in your NBT. So yeah, I'll put a link to the AQL past papers, which are on the SmartPrep website. And then you can obviously access these videos as well. And if you become a member, you can watch them all, because some of them are for our members. And yeah, I will thank our new members shortly, but let's just finish this. All right, so what we have is these values. So the long way would be to just keep dividing these by 2 to get the simplest ratio. But we do know that 144 divided by 12 is 12, right? And 168 divided by 12, well, if we look at 168 minus 144 is 24, right? Which is 12 divided by 24 is divided by 12 is 2. Right, so this, if we divide 168 by 12, we get 14. Okay, which both of these are divisible by 2, and we get to a final ratio of 6 to 7. Okay, USA to foreign would be 6 to 7. Okay, for those, okay, you can skip. I'll just show the long way for those of you who maybe wouldn't have identified that 168 divided by 12 is 14. What you do is you can just do this. You can say 144 and 168 and just divide them by 2 each time. So you get 72, divide this by 2, you get 84, and then 36 and 42, and then divide again, 18 and 21, and you gradually then you get to those all divide by 3, right? So then you get 6 to 7. Okay. So that would be the longest way, but yeah, for those of you who are doing Maths Lit and you, because remember, you're not allowed to use calculators. So this would be the long way, but you still get to the same answer. So USA to foreign is 6 to 7, right? Which means that it's not 7 USA to 6 foreign, it's 6 to 7. So it's 7 foreign, right, elsewhere foreign, to 6 USA. So we see the USA in white was 6, and the foreign in red was 7. Okay, so that's correct. And so we know the answer is D. Okay. Okay, as I said, I was just going to quickly thank our members. So on the screen behind me, I have put a list of our new members. Guys, thank you very, very much for joining the channel. We really appreciate you guys. You help to keep us going. And I say for members, we have a lot of members only videos. We're going to be putting up Matric, Senzo's doing the accounting. I'm going to be doing the maths and science. We've got English coming as well. So loads of help for our matric students, and then also our university test and exam preparation workshops. Some of them are there already. They are open at the moment for everyone to look at. We've got UCT economics and all that sort of thing. So yeah, loads to come. Thank you very much for your support, and let's get back to the video. Are we still recording? Seems like we are still recording. Sorry, let me just check this quickly. Okay, so let's continue now. So we have question 20 says that the trend is referred to in the previous question constitutes a this would be it's gone from being 6 to 7 to 7 to 6. So it's swapped around. So that would be a reversal. Okay. Okay, next question. The number of patents granted originating in the USA in 2015 was exactly half of what? So in 2015, okay, so I just need to put that data here again. I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so the number of patents granted originating in the USA in 2015 was exactly half of. Okay, this question here is a mistake. It should be double, because if we look at 144 here, it's half of nothing, right? A half of 144 would be a half of 288, right? And there's nothing in there that's 288. So it must be exactly double. Okay, so this is a mistake in the question. And then we just look for something that is going to be half of 144, which would be 72, which would be the foreign in 2000 and 2000, right? So it would be B. Foreign patents in 2000 was 72. All right, the increase in the number of patents originating in the USA for the period depicted on the graphs is, okay, so we want to look at the increase from 84 to 144, right? So USA 84 to 144. So if we subtract that, 144 minus 84, we get 60, right? And so we will do 60 over 84. Okay, so what I want to do now is let's just work out the percentage here, the exact percentage, right? Just to show you how we would do it. Okay, so what you do is you do 60 divided by 84 like this. You have to extend the 60 to 600 because 84 does not go into 60. Okay, and then we've got to look, and so it's going to be around about 7. Okay, so if we do 7 times 84, we get 4 times 7 is 8. And then I actually did the other way around. It's 84, 7. 4 times 7 is 8. Put a 2 here. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 2 is 58. Okay, and so if we remember our long division, 588, and that would be 12. We extend the 12 to 120. 84 goes in there roughly 1 point something. Okay, so 71 points. So we see here that it'll be more than 70%. It'll be about 71 point something percent. Okay, so that's how you work out percentage. If you are wanting the exact percentage, because I've already showed you how to sort of approximate, and you could also approximate with that one as well, in the same method that I did for the other questions. Okay, another notable feature of patent registration as depicted in the graph is that it consistently, okay, so what is going to be here? All right, so it consistently rises every year except for in 2000 to 2005, right? 2005. So it did rise every year except for 1 year, which was 2005. Did not decline regarding patent. It didn't decline as regards to patents. It didn't risen for every year, which no, it didn't rise for every year. So we know that's wrong. We know that's wrong. Shown increase only as regards to foreign. No, that's not true either. So B is quite an obvious answer there. Okay, the rise in the number of foreign origin patents has risen in 2005. Okay, so I'm going to show you this again now. So 72 to 168. Okay, so now we subtract again. So we will subtract the 168 and the 72. So what 72 from the 168 gives you, that'll be a 6. We need to borrow a 1 to put here. And so we get 96. All right, so that'll be as a percentage of the original, okay, which was 72. Okay, so now 96 over 72. What we want to do there is we want to, well, that is an improper fraction, isn't it? So we know that it's more than 100%. It'll be 1, and then 96 minus 72 is 24. So we get 24 over 72. Okay, well, 24 and 72, they both are divisible by, we'll start with 8. That's 24 divided by 8 is 3. 72 divided by 8 is 9. 3 over 9, and we end up getting 1 over 3. Okay, which is 0.33333, right? So 33%. So it's 100 plus 33% will be 133%. So it's D. Okay, so now the final question is if one were to extrapolate the trend. So I want you to try this last one by yourselves, bit of a challenge one. If one were to extrapolate from the trend in the number of patents of USA origin linear projection from 2000 to 2015. Okay, so it goes from 2005 to 2015. So it goes 80, then 108, and 144. Okay, so what does it go up by here? It goes up by 28, right? What does it go up by here? 108, it goes up by 36. Okay. So notice there's a difference here. So in the linear, there's a difference here of 8. Okay, so we can assume if it's a linear increase, this increase is going up by 8 each time. So then this will be 36 plus 8 is 44. Okay, so it'll go up by 44. So 144 plus 44 is 188. The answer is D. Okay, so hopefully that helped you guys. And yeah, let me just stop sharing the screen quickly. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. In the next video, we will be doing some more NBT AQLs. I will put all the videos in a playlist so that you can watch them sequentially. Please don't forget, if this helped you, to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And if you are feeling like you need a bit of extra help, please check out the past papers on our website. And also, we would really appreciate if you would join our members. Once again, thank you to Darth Lorato, Sibungile, Letu Kutula, Onela, Bile, Bianca, Lala, Azania, KG Plays, Sindiswa, Tembet Lichle, Mutle, Leslie, Nkubile, and Katlejo. If you enjoyed me mispronouncing some of those names, I apologize. Hopefully a little bit of humor to end off the lesson. I will speak to Senzo and see how many of those names I got right. All right, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.